At a fractious time for the world, this was quite the statement. A collection of powers convened by China. Part of what some are calling a new axis of upheaval.
And who will those some be? Let me guess, the guys at the bottom of this image. Because the reality, which is on display at the 2025 Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Tianjin, China, is that the guys at the top are showing, not telling. This so-called axis of upheaval only represents upheaval to the shrinking unipolar empire. So everyone else, the group of 10 countries making up the SCO, represent 43% of the planet's population and about 23% of global GDP. And the participants seem to be very aware of this.
Just the colonial era is now over. They have to realize that they cannot use this tone in speaking with their partners. But ultimately, everything will take its place and we will see a normal political dialogue again.
These are not plucky upstarts trying to make a valiant attempt to challenge the status quo. These guys, in a manner of speaking, are already the new status quo. And if you've been following the SCO summit, you wouldn't fail to notice two things. First, that what is coming out of this summit has gone far beyond rhetoric and promises. Some of the biggest energy deals the world has ever seen have been agreed at this summit over the past few days. Russia and China have agreed on the details of a new pipeline linking both countries via Mongolia. The implications of this and other deals are immense. Basically, the understanding appears to be that since the world that exists today has been shaped primarily by trade, the best and most permanent way to reshape it is to use trade and its associated infrastructure as a tool. So for one thing, this new pipeline would reduce China's need for imported American gas, which means the US could have even less leverage over China going forward, while Russia on its part will be committed to sending the bulk of its gas exports to China as against Europe. This would leave Europe almost entirely at the mercy of American energy imports, which could very well end up with both cores of the unipolar empire on both sides of the Atlantic entering an economic death spiral with each other. Second, and perhaps just as importantly, you cannot fail to notice the barely disguised sense of dread and penis envy from Western commentators as it slowly dawns on them that this is now the center of the world, and that imposing thousands of sanctions on these countries in an attempt to slow down their development hasn't worked, and may have actually given them the incentive to work together. Some of these commentators couldn't take it, and they gave us a priceless insight into the manner in which the unipolar imperial mind is scrambling right now. US Ambassador to NATO, Matt Whitaker, actually said the following on Fox News.
China, I will note, most of the military equipment they demonstrated in this parade was technology most likely stolen from the United States or our allies. And, they couldn't fight the United States if they tried. And that's what we need to continue to do. We need to continue to invest in our defense.
Well, you know what they say, you don't interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake.